This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 1137, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia on an actual microphone, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello. How's that sound, guys?
Oh my gosh,
Sound
like
great.
an NPR. Like you sound like Terry Gross.
Like a dream. Like a dream. Good.
From Nashville, our managing editor, downtown Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
And from LA, you know him from Social Club Misfits, it's Marty.
What's up?
Derek is unable to join us today. So.
Incommunicado. That's all we can say.
Yeah, we don't know what happened. He just ghosted. No,
He said something with the maid. He was something with his maid. He was saying
He said there was
in prison.
Yeah, there's an actual kidnapping.
He beat somebody up. He said. In
all we
text.
know is we all received seemingly incoherent but apparently frantic text about an hour ago that we decided collectively to ignore. So here we are.
I don't know why he kept asking us about duct tape and how to rap. It was just so weird. I don't know. Who knows?
I think he's having to take a day off to recover from the excitement that Kanye West made his comeback last night here in Orlando.
Yeah. How was that? Did you see it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've just seen the online clips. I didn't attend. I was sitting on my couch all night. Travis Scott concert here in Orlando. Travis Scott yesterday just tweets,
Yeah.
Orlando come through, something big's happening. And then next thing he tweets is security camera footage of Kanye walking into the arena. And then it started to leak. He was doing sound check and stuff. And so Kanye took over, did like 7 new songs last night.
That's awesome.
And Derek is very much on the Kanye comeback advocation. So he's taking a day of celebration in silence. So
Did Kanye ever release that album that was supposed to come out like 2 months ago?
no,
February
in
9th,
fact,
it said, right?
February 9th, they announced it yesterday that it's officially coming out.
Well,
that day.
we'll see
Kind of
about
waiting.
that.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the 45-minute TMZ video that he made. You saw that's coming out where he apologizes for everything he's done to every community that he's offended. There's like a one that drops before the album.
It's
I'm
only
like,
45 minutes?
It's
I was gonna say,
45 minutes. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Installment 1.
Yeah, like is he breaking down each of the categories of all the things he's done wrong? For like, he's like 10 minutes for
Let's start at the
he's like,
beginning.
for the white community, 10 for the Jewish community, 10 for the black community, and then 10 for the Asian community. 5 is just final thoughts.
But even for him to cover the last couple years of horrible things he said, I think we're looking at Killers of the Flower Moon length.
Yeah, I'm thinking it needs to be a little
Timberland.
longer than 45. Maybe like a 4-part series that's 45 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, we have a great show in store for you today. Coming up, Caleb Gordon joins us. Independent rapper. He's blowing up. You need to know him. So he's on the show
great.
coming up. Yep. Also, at the end of the show, we have 5-second rule, but it's the Super Bowl edition because this is the last show before the Super Bowl. So,
And
I
because
wanna
we're
miss
all
that.
famously huge sports fans.
yeah, we were joking that Jesse's literally the only person on this podcast who knows anything about the NFL. So it's not all questions that you would expect if you know, we threw some
Who's
twists
in the Super Bowl
mix.
this year?
Exactly. There you go.
The Chiefs and the 49ers.
Okay.
Thank you, Emily.
Taylor Swift
Good job.
versus who?
Taylor Swift's boyfriend and San Francisco.
Emily, have you seen those videos where so the day before she's performing in like Shanghai, and so because
Japan,
it's like
yes.
or whatever, and it's like it has to. So people are like, hey, so she'll have to leave at this time to support her man at the game at this time, but she will make it because it's a day behind. She's on private flight. Like they're all doing the math behind Taylor Swift going to this Super Bowl game.
Yeah.
And then
I
going
want you
back
to know
for a concert right
it's
after.
Yeah, she has a concert
Whoa.
the next weekend. It's very funny to see all that because I'm telling you, the Swifties, we already did this math back in September. When she showed up to that first game, we were like, okay, so like, let's figure out Super Bowl. Because we knew Travis had been in the Super Bowl. So we're like, okay, what's going on here? Let's figure. So like, I've known for months there's a good chance. And it's hilarious that the NFL is like trying to make it a thing. And I'm like, the real Swifties already knew. Like we did the math for you.
As you know, my son and daughter are both big Chiefs fans, and they love Patrick Mahomes and the whole deal. And we watch quarterbacks and the Netflix show that follows them. They love it. They love every minute of it. But I love the fact too that Swifties were Chiefs believers. You know, back when the Chiefs were having a terrible seasons and the receivers couldn't catch a pass. I know Swifties and Taylor have gotten a lot of heat for their sudden interest in a sport that many people love. I support it mainly because they didn't care about a record. They didn't care they had no receiving core. They were all in, and I appreciate that. So here we are.
I will say on social media this week that the Chiefs put out a video from the locker room of Patrick Mahomes rallying the troops before a game or whatever. And he was shirtless. And it made me feel so much better about my physical shape because he looked like a 45-year-old dad with a beer belly. I couldn't believe it. He's like the best quarterback of all time or whatever. And he just looks like a dude. He didn't look like an Adonis.
Like,
that was great.
That's like the UFC guy, Patty. He like eats pizza before he fights. He's like, I do not have like he's like, I want to be happy. The body I have, and he's a huge winner. But Patty is like, he just works out, but he eats whatever he wants at all times. Like, that's his thing. He's like eating pizza right before he goes to fight. It's crazy.
Have you ever seen Tyson Fury? Physique isn't everything. Tyson Fury is the most dominant boxer of his generation.
I saw him at a Magic game. He walked by me and I was like, who is that? Oh my gosh, he's like 7 foot tall. Like he walks in a crowd of people. We were just in a crowd going back to the lounge. Like he was just like crammed in there with us.
They're not fitness competitions.
It's just like, and everybody's freaking out. And I was like, I didn't know who he was. I just knew he stood out in the crowd. But everybody's like taking pictures of him and stuff. The dude is enormous, but very much just looks like a Russian henchman. He doesn't look like an athlete. He just looks like.
That's why I love him. And the Gypsy King. That's what he calls himself.
Yeah. All right. Well, move the show along. Stay tuned. Up next, it's Slices.
It's all about confidence, baby. She was a confident lady. And I know she's driving me crazy. And after all this, I know she probably hate me.
You're listening to Ocean Alley. The song is Confidence. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
What do you have, Jesse?
All right. You guys know my interest in the topics of UAPs and unidentified aerial phenomenon. And, there's all these congressional...
Previously called UFOs, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. But and I follow all the congressional hearings, all the whistleblower stuff very, very closely. And so, a lot of this isn't news to me. But just for a primer, more and more government officials are coming out and saying that they have heard credible rumblings of knowledge of technology that is not of terrestrial origin. And there's a lot of speculation about what it is, where it came from, and who or what is behind it, or even when is behind it. There's been even speculation like time travel's involved. Some wild stuff that credible people are openly speculating about. And a new poll. This is from it sounds very credible, Talker Research on behalf of wealthofgeeks.com. They've been known for having their finger on the pulse of the American public.
Wealthofgeeks.com. I love it.
That's right. That's right.
What do they cover? Hold on, I'm going to pull them up. Like, what is that?
I'd be careful here.
I got
I think it's going to be sad.
I just got cacked.
Yeah. Either way, I just appreciate somebody's funding this research. a new poll found that 37% of American adults believe that aliens are already on Earth, living in disguise as humans. Now, that is a very large amount of Americans who believe that. That's
Very
almost
large.
1 in 4.
Shocking.
Yeah, but
Wait,
here's
what?
the thing:
What
It's shocking.
37.
37% is not 1 in 4.
37%.
That's 4 out of 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 out of 10. Sorry, but, yeah,
That's
I
insane.
conflated the. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, more than a quarter.
Way more than a third.
Yeah, 40%. Yeah, almost 40%. Now that might seem like a surprising stat, but I don't find it all that surprising. And here's why. I want to read. Can I read a Bible verse to you guys?
Please.
From Hebrews 13?
Come on, brother.
Keep on loving one another as brothers and sisters. Thank you, Emily. Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it. Essentially, in that verse, in the King James Version, it famously refers to this phenomenon as entertaining angels unaware. That, so if you are, someone who believes Scripture, the concept of beings that are not of terrestrial origin walking among humanity in disguise is not a foreign concept. And so I just thought that was an interesting correlation.
It's the reason why I give to people asking for handouts. It's like, I don't know if that's going to be an angel unaware and I get judged. I got to give him $1, Christian guilt, man.
So-
Or you get the
That's-
blessing,
I-
and then you got to pretend that you didn't do it for the blessing. I know. I do the same
Right.
thing.
Either way, but that was the first thing I saw when I saw this survey was, I think this is, I think that number
Read
is.
the second
higher
part
than-
of this survey. I mean, like the first part was 37% think that there are
cherry-picking
aliens
the
in
facts
human
here, Jesse.
form. But the second form, if I recall our write-up, there was like 33% think that their boss is an actual alien. So it's like, I don't think they're talking about angels here.
Cameron, I didn't want to discredit wealthofgeeks.com or my interesting point, but you've done a great job of that. So thank you.
I don't think these people are thinking angels and serious things. They're thinking my boss is off his rocker. He's probably not of this world.
Sorry for trying to get some clickbait Wealth of Geeks research, quote unquote. Sorry to put some thought into it, but fine.
Well, okay,
It's
if
not
I remember
credible.
correctly, it is like about a third of people think that their boss is an alien. I think a third think that certain celebrities are aliens.
Yeah.
So maybe that leaves the other third.
The 4%. No.
Or,
No,
yeah,
I think the
guess.
33 is among the 37, right? So there's 4% of people that don't think it's their boss or celebrity. So those 4% think it's angels. So that
And that number feels accurate to me.
All I'm saying is, I think this perception about things that we don't understand, I actually think it's a positive thing for people of faith, because I think the line between the natural and what we think of as the supernatural is an artificial one. And even if we're, a lot of the discussion around, the term extraterrestrial is actually, there's actually, even in congressional hearings, you'll hear terms like interdimensional or ultra terrestrial. There's an openness to there being a reality beyond what we can perceive with modern science. And I think that's a positive thing, especially for people of faith, even if the entry point into that conversation, it seems a little
wealthofgeeks.com saying my boss is an alien. Yeah. I agree with you. I mean, if horror movies taught us anything, Poltergeist taught us anything.
Of the Poltergeist or Scripture, either. True.
Entertaining angels.
But we do, I mean, all four of us believe there is intelligence and life that is beyond what we can see with our own eyes, and exists somewhere that we don't fully understand.
Of course, we know in part, we see in
I
part.
think exactly, and I think what we're I'm not making a direct linkage between all of this, but I think we need to be open to that. If there are these spiritual entities that exist in another place that are using some means of technological conveyance to interact with our world. I mean, we look at Ezekiel and what he describes, or there's precedent for this scripturally that I just think is something that's interesting to think about.
I think that you touched on a subject that I've been thinking about for a couple of months, which is what kind of technology is in heaven right now? Like if we got aliens using some really crazy technology and they're on Earth, what's the level of technology? I mean, I don't think that they're in robes, and it's not similar to here. They've got to be all updated, right? Like they all have to be. I mean, cell phones exist here. I mean, they would. What do they got working on
They have
over there?
Wi-Fi in heaven.
I don't think they need
Are you
Wi-Fi.
thinking?
But
Are you envisioning those Star Wars movies where it was like in the future and it was all like it looked like the Jetsons?
Yeah, almost like the
like that
Matrix,
kind of
like 2, when they're kind of
Yeah.
going through ships
Or
and
Wakanda-
stuff, and we're in the
Wakanda or
Nebuchadnezzar. You know what I'm
something.
saying? Yeah. Like I just
Yeah.
feel like it's like a, like City of Zion. I don't know, like the city of heaven. I don't know.
Well, what was the Ark of the Covenant, right? It was some sort of device that God instructed people to make, that whoever possessed it also possessed some sort of tremendous power. I mean, affixed to that was the rod of Aaron, the same rod that Aaron used to part the Red Sea. Could he have done that without that? Was there some means of
Moses, part of the Red Sea.
Yeah. Moses, Aaron's brother Moses. But he used Aaron's rod. That rod was affixed to the outside of the Ark of the Covenant, which was also looked at as a weapon. It was the Ark of the Covenant that was used to bring down the most fortified city in the ancient world.
Yeah, they melted all the faces. They opened the lid and everybody's faces melted off.
Well,
I'm trying to
they
figure out
marched
what kind
around.
of technology that would be. Like what kind of, some atomic bomb type technology, melting people's faces and stuff.
But my point is, we use these terms like, technology or device and I think there's an aversion to it. But when you actually think about, well, if the same creator is behind all of this, but our understanding of how his creation works is limited to what we can perceive and measure right now, what makes us think that all of his creation operates completely differently? Well, what if there are sort of means that
thinking
which,
about like human innovations like the atomic bomb, understanding science to that level, humans 1,000 years ago couldn't wrap their heads around that kind of control or
So we
weaponry
don't-
about,
Yeah. I'm with you.
Wealthofgeeks.com.
Like,
Yeah.
I love that you made this like a great spiritual application, because anytime I see alien stuff, I'm like, yeah, that sounds fun. Like let them live among us, live their best lives.
My
again,
boss
like,
is an
what-
alien. I mean, that's really what this survey was about.
Yeah.
Is a third of Americans think
And
that their
I'll
boss
say,
is an actual
it's
alien.
a little convincing these
All
days.
right.
Yeah. I've, it reminds me of like those old talk radios in like the 80s AM, where it's like, if you think your boss is a alien, please call us back at
Call in.
1-800. This is why my boss is an alien. Like
We're
this is
casting
why,
the next
he always
week's
eats
Maury
tuna,
Povich show.
Yeah. He always eats tuna, and he puts like this on it. It's just such a weird thing. And
Yeah.
All right. What do you have, Emily?
Thanks, Wealth of Geeks.
Really quick, I just want to talk about this because I cannot get over it. Did y'all see earlier this week when the internet was like trauma dumping on Elmo
yeah.
Oh, it was
on
amazing.
Twitter?
It was really moving.
It was, like-
you kind of say trauma
was really
dumping is
moving.
like dismissively, almost like. But if you read the replies, it was like heartfelt. Like
Well,
It was very heartfelt.
If you did miss it, Elmo, Elmo,
He's a Muppet.
he tweeted on X a very innocent question. He just said, "Elmo's just checking in. How's everyone doing?" Some of the replies were good, like they were sweet. There was a lot where people were like, "I'm really struggling out here. I lost my job. I can't pay." Like, just really dumping it on this poor Muppet.
celebrities, millions of people engaged it. It was really a thing.
Which
Yeah.
I kind of love when companies do that. Like, I just think it's funny. I think Sour Patch Kids was like, "You don't want me to answer that," which I'm like, what's going on at Sour Patch Kids?
The editors of Wealth of Geeks had a lot to say.
So you won't
Traffic's been
believe
down
what our
lately.
boss did this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just was,
Hopefully we
but
get
yeah.
another banger out the door soon, because we've seen a dip. We're going to ask people about aliens.
I just want to talk about this because I just feel like the world kind of needs a little bit of a check-in if we're dumping all of this on a poor innocent Muppet. Maybe see some therapists this week. Make that a goal this year. Instead of tweeting again to a
Tweeting a
Muppet who
Muppet?
like 24 hours later tweeted something else, like tweeted another thing that was like hashtag emotional well-being. And it was like, check in on your friends, guys. They need it. Like
Oscar the Grouch
almost
did
traumatized
that.
now.
Oscar
I
the
was gonna
Grouch
say Oscar the
joined it.
Grouch.
Yeah.
Which
Check in
if
on your
Oscar the Grouch
friends.
is chiming in, yikes. We
You
are
guys
in
have
a
done
terrible
nothing
place.
for him. He's in a garbage can still. So maybe
And he's
you know,
checking in on you.
you're checking
Yikes.
in the guy in the garbage can, the homeless guy. He's not the cool homeless guy from John Wick who gives you, you give him a coin, he hides you. This is the type of, he lives in a trash full time. He's green. I don't even know
Maybe
what
he's
he
an
is.
alien.
He could be.
You'd be grouchy too if every time you peeked your head out, you had an old rotten banana peel that you had to shake off.
Like, on your head, yeah.
I think it is a good thing that even if it's somewhat in jest, that brands and characters are willing to, open up conversations about, mental and emotional health in a way that's interesting. Like this, whoever is behind the Elmo Twitter handle.
Yeah. And I really do appreciate
And who's
Oreo
checking on
and
that?
Nabisco
And who's
checking
checking
in
on
us
that
as well.
person?
Yeah.
And who's checking on that person, by the way? How many of the
I love how Nabisco went right under Elmo and was like, if you are struggling with suicide, I'm like, you're Nabisco. You're the one who makes Oreos and ring dings, and you're the one giving us like the suicide hotline under Elmo. Whatever.
I would rather though brands jump into conversations of like mental health and stuff other than what we know brands are doing in February, where they all like get, Black History Month focus and pretend like they care about issues that they don't normally talk. It's just like, I hate it when brands try to co-opt causes, you know what I mean?
Look, everyone's out there just trying to raise some awareness, doing their thing, whether it's Elmo or the donut shop. I'm here for it. Tell me more.
I just don't like it when brands
I'm trying to
try
get
to
those,
commercialize it. You know what I mean? Like take something that's intended for good or for education or for, whatever, and they try to like cash in. That's the thing that kind of irks me.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I just feel like they haven't made a one statement all year, but when that month comes around, they're ready. They're
Right.
fully going. They won't make any contributions, no help at all. But at the time comes, guess what?
But they
It's
tweeted
Autism Awareness Month, baby. You don't give any money to charity, but you're selling us donuts with purple on it.
All right. Last one. What do you have, Marty?
Yes. Okay. So I'm pretty sure everyone's heard about this. It actually just begun. If you are fans of Kanye West, like we were talking about at the beginning, Drake, The Weeknd, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Playboi Carti, etc. Well, their music is now off TikTok. That is just happened. They have come to an agreement. Let me read the article. They've actually come to an agreement where they did not want to renew the contract with TikTok. They felt like TikTok was not paying them enough, paying their artists, which is very rich, knowing how labels operate. It's basically if TikTok was the type of company where it's like, hey, we're going to pay the artist directly and not the label, this situation would still happen. So don't think they're artist friendly, but they threatened to stop working with TikTok. Immediately after that happened, Cruel Summer took off. Olivia Rodrigo's Get 'Em Back started taking off and immediately became mute on the website. So did Yummy. They just offered a statement. Here's a statement from UMG. TikTok proposed paying our artists and songwriters a rate that is a fraction of the rate that is similar situated with social platforms pay. That sentence doesn't make sense to me. Today, as an indication of how little TikTok compensates artists and songwriters despite its massive growing user base, rapidly rising advertisements, revenue, and increasing reliance on music-based content, TikTok accounts for only 1% of the total revenue. So that affects me directly. My music is my catalog, I'm no longer with Capitol, but Capitol is owned by Universal, and all my music has been taken off TikTok, which kind of weird to know that all my videos have just gone mute on TikTok right now. But I will say, they talk about, I'm a big artist. I try to champion artists, like whoever you are, I'm always going to champion the artist. But it's rich that we talk about, compensating artists. But, we are all, as artists, we are fighting for 9 cents on the dollar. When you write a song, you're publishing a split of like a 9 cents. And then you have producers are making 3 cents. And so they call it points or cents. And so, artists aren't even being paid properly, but for some reason, as long as corporate gets involved, they need to make sure their pockets are fat. So,
see, I saw this as a pro artist move in the sense of Universal saying TikTok is paying less than their competitors are. So they're, for the music licensing, they're paying a fraction of what Facebook and, Instagram and other platforms are paying. And so less is getting to the artists. And so they're just putting their line in the sand, say, pay a fair rate to us, and then our ecosystem and our artists are going to get more. I saw it as a pro artist move.
Well, it is, but it isn't at the same time, because it's a company that UMG is a great company. I love working with them. They're fantastic. But the whole infrastructure of being an artist, it's not in the favor of an artist. So already, like the idea for me is like, wow, it's rich coming from the company that like they didn't ask any of the songwriters. I think a couple of people are like, you leave my music on, it's fine, but they're removing everything. I think it's like a domino effect. You have a label who owns your music, then you have another company who makes billions of dollars not paying that company. But then we also have the same situation with Spotify. The royalty rate is really rough. So I always feel like they say it is for the artist, and it's TikTok's fault for not paying them, not feeling like they have to, which is odd. Like, why don't you feel like you have to pay artists what they're worth? That is the content that we all deliver off. We're going to use Taylor Swift and advertise or put it behind something, Really, the people who are going to win from this are the independent artists. Right now, it's your time to put your music on TikTok and make sure that it's there, because UMG is completely gone. So
less competition.
Kind of a hard situation. I do appreciate that Universal, put their line in the sand. That's great. But at the same time, everybody should be fairly paid. And I think that everyone agrees. Yeah. We all should be paid.
I agree. This is no different than the writer's strike or any other time. Yeah. A group, saying I'm getting undercompensated. I would listen. It's the majority of music out there, and like you listed, the biggest pop stars in the world and hip hop stars. It's like this music is what TikTok users want on the platform. By next week, by the time this podcast comes out, it might be resolved. You know what I mean?
That's
like
what I was thinking.
It is in everybody's interest to fix this.
Yeah, that would just give more credit to like Instagram and Twitter or X or whatever. It's going to give another platform the access to do all those great things.
Wasn't there something too about like protection against AI generated recordings too? Wasn't that something that they wanted in the contract?
I believe so. Yeah. It's such a crazy moment, because last year we had a song do very well. It was The Weeknd, Drake, Travis, and it was completely AI. What's interesting, it took them about 3 months to even take it down after I had like 11.9 million streams. Mm-hmm. So I think, and then first, it's almost like, I think Cam or Jesse said it, it's almost like this new world that we live in with AI, and it's almost like you're playing whack-a-mole, because everything is so increasingly getting, the technology is getting further. It's like, all right, now we have to deal with this. We've never dealt with this.
Well, the other thing too with AI and the AI discussion when it comes to copyright and compensation and thing, it's like, what constitutes the violation? Is it the output that is done? Like, let's take a writing example, right? Like if I'm like, write something in the style of a Tom Clancy novel and it cranks something out that's just like, is the output, the product itself, the copyright violation? Or is it when AI is fed the Tom Clancy work initially to learn the style? So like, is the violation the song that is done in the style of Drake that Drake had nothing to do with it? Or is it when they ingested Drake in and it learned, you know what I mean? Like, where is the violation?
The New York Times is suing OpenAI right now over that exact question, because the New York Times is saying that OpenAI's, ChatGPT learned all of its information by using New York Times content.
Yeah.
And so it's like we didn't get compensated for you to use our source material, So it's the question you're asking of, is it the input or the output that's the copyrighted part of it? Yeah.
It's the song that they created. No one knows they don't. Those artists don't own the copyright to that. They had nothing to do with it. But did OpenAI or whatever the source of the artificial intelligence, when that was put into the system, did they have to, at that point, it's copying, right? Like, so that's what I feel like the interesting kind of situation is that no one has adequately determined.
Yeah. So here's the weird part, right? So when you get signed to a major label, they own your voice. So there was a couple years ago, there was J. Cole dropped a song under the moniker Kill Edward, because it was like his stepdad who abused his mom. So it was like Kill Edward. I don't know if you guys ever heard that song, but he altered his voice so it sounded differently. So it wouldn't be anybody but like this other artist, because when you sign, not only are you're signing it in the whole entire universe, which always makes me laugh at the final end of the contract. That's like, and this applies to the entire universe. Like if aliens come and they start playing your music, music, we still want to get a piece of that, but they own your voice. They own everything. Like even anytime I was I'm no longer under contract with UMG and Capitol. But when I was, even when I fulfilled all my contractual duties, they still owned my voice, my publishing, like a portion of it. They didn't own the whole thing, but they owned it for a certain point because that's what we agreed to in the contract. And that was what I signed. And so, but they own my voice. So if you were to use the AI version of my voice, Drake's voice, Rihanna, you're going to get sued just basically based on that portion of the AI.
That makes sense.
Just because it sounds like, yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do it for Slices. There's more where that came from. Go check out relevantmagazine.com every weekday. We're covering these stories and faith, culture, and everything in between. All right. Stay tuned. Up next, Caleb Gordon joins us.
Hoping that you wanna come and save me. You've been on my mind, I'm going on a day. Dream. Hoping that you wanna come and save.
You're listening to Kwame. The song is Daydream. Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonnassy investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com. Well, our guest today is Caleb Gordon. He is a rapper from right here in Orlando. He's huge on TikTok. He's blown up on every platform. We talked to him about his career and how he transitioned intentionally from making secular music to making Christian music after kind of realizing the negative impact that his previous music was having. He is now fully focused on making music that builds people up and points them to God. Here is our conversation with Caleb Gordon.
It's a beat we gon' eat, I'll slide. In the booth we got forks and knives. I'm in Eden, my Lord in the skies. And he knew way before my design. Way before I was float over pride. Take a picture, you'll see the disguise. Ain't no fiction, the truth in the eyes. Promise said that the land was mine, I had to go get it. I saw me a job.
So did you grow up listening to like Christian rap, or like when you first started music, like how aware of you were that scene?
So I went to church, so I'm a PK, so I heard Christian rap, but that wasn't something I was listening to in my headphones. Like I had iPods and all these things that we was having, and I would be jamming other artists like Drake, all the people that was coming out, Lil Wayne, like all Eminem, like all them that was coming out in the time, Soulja Boy, all the new dances, all that. I was one of them kids that was like, yeah, I'm in the church, but I'm wild. So I was wild. But it's crazy because it's like, I heard what was going on in Christian rap. I heard some Christian songs because, at the youth stuff, they always playing it. But I didn't really know too much until I started doing it. And now I'm like, yo, I need to know everything. Like, I'm trying to learn everything there is to know about this because I had no idea this is going on for like 10, 20 years.
Yeah, it feels like it kind of goes through like cycles almost, where like it has a really big moment and then it fades. And then I feel like right now it's having a really big moment. Like, do you feel that way too?
For sure. It's having a huge moment. I feel like it's a Christian renaissance right now. Like, Christian music is having this renaissance of, we are going to make great art, and that's our focus. We will make great art, and that will bring people closer to God. Because the thing is, people are going to see the art, and they're going to be like, how did you do it? And that's how we point them to God. I feel like Jesus has the Bible, and in the Bible, Jesus would tell these parables. These parables are great stories. These aren't like stories where they're half, like they're not that good. Like these are great stories that people make movies about, make TV shows about. Like the stories he told, and to us, they're more than stories. But to the world, that's how he drew them in, is with these stories. So I feel like we do the same thing in music. Is we have to make great art first. And that's when the world and the people will be like, yo, what is going on over here? Why is this so good? Why is it so great? And then we point it back to God.
Tried to move fast and regretted it later. Long as I'm focused on you and your truth, I know I'll get the fruits of my labor. They said if you ain't stacking guap, then you basic. They said my time.
Would you say that you're putting out music sort of like as a way to bring people in, or is it more like for you, like just an expression, like a natural expression?
Nah, I'm putting out music to literally show people the kingdom of God. Because I had a conversation with my homies the other day. I was like, if God came and saw me right now and just pulled up on me, he would ask me, he'd be like, yo, does it look like heaven where I'm at? Like, that's what's more important. Like, does it look like heaven where I'm ministering my music and, you know I'm saying I'm doing this and I'm doing that? It's like, is this heavenly focused, bringing community, bringing people together? Or is this me? So the moment it gets selfish is the moment he takes it away. So that's why I'm like, yo, my whole focus is people don't even know how much access they have in the kingdom of God. It's like royalty. It's like, imagine you're a prince or you're a princess and you don't even know all the access you have to the king and the queen and the access you have in the kingdom. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to get people to know that, like, yo, you're in this kingdom of God and you have this access. And I think that is my message. Like, I'm trying to get people to know, like, you don't have to be in the world to have fun. You don't have to be in the world to have a good life. You can live for God and have a good life. There will always be struggles, trials, and tribulations, but you can't let that affect your mind. You can have a good life. You can have real joy inside your heart no matter what's happening around you.
This life gon' tick, time bomb. Nobody know when he gon' pop out the clouds. Stay ready until the time come. I wanna hear, well done. Shall I fillet me young? You never too old, you never too young. Come follow the king, moon song.
There is something about your music that it just like sounds different, and I really appreciate that. I am curious, like, where are you getting like your inspiration from, like when you create this music?
Open the word. I watched a sermon. I just made a song the other day because my pastor preached on training. He's like, a lot of Christians don't understand that they need to go through spiritual training. Like, they go to the gym, they get a membership, and they say, I'm going to train, and I'm going to go consistently, and I'm going to train. And it's like, but how often do we go to the church and be like, I'm going to train? And like, I'm going to go to conferences. I'm going to use all the tools at the church as like a training for my spiritual side. And that inspired me to be like, yo, you're right. Like, I should be active when it comes to these spiritual things that's happening, whether it be meeting together, learning new things on the spiritual side, going to conferences, going to events that have to do with certain things, dealing with trauma, dealing with this and that. And I'm like, yo, like, I'm going to treat this church like my gym membership. And that's how I will receive from everything I need from the church is I'm active. I'm in there. I'm serving. I'm trying to figure out what's the next thing y'all doing. What's the next thing y'all doing? Just being a part,
Put my head down to the ground. No, this ain't as big as it gets. Holding my horses, I had to sit down. I was tripping and taking a risk. Just cause the time running down on the clock, no, that don't mean that you got a blitz. Just chillin', be patient, keep working on you, and you'll see that thing coming in quick.
I am curious, like, do you want to be categorized as a Christian rapper, or are you a rapper who happens to be a Christian? Because like, there's a little bit of a distinction there.
I feel what you're saying, and that's what I had to come in here and learn. But I'm super Christian rapper. I think I was explaining to somebody this the other day. I don't want to be like, yo, I'm a rapper, because that has a stigma to it. So when I come up to people and I'll be like, I'm a rapper, that stigma is not positive. Like, it's just not. Like, when I was rapping and when I was in the world, like, I don't even want to be that, because I know the enemy's plan. Like, yo, it's kids dying in the street in real life, and they're rapping against each other, they're dissing each other, and they're like, who can be the most vulgar? Who can say the craziest thing? I'm like, yo, I'm not that. That's why I say, yo, I'm a Christian rapper. Like, don't put me in that category. They gonna eventually put the music in that category, but I'm like, don't put me in that category. When I say I'm a Christian rapper, I'm separating myself. This is something else. Cause at the end of the day, like, I don't want you to be like, yeah, I'm teamed up with that's going on. It's like, I'm in almost like, you know, the aisles where they have cereal, right? And it'd be all the bad cereal in the aisle. It's like people go down that aisle to get all the bad cereal. I'm like, imagine if like a cereal that was at Whole Foods was in that aisle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just, why would it be? See, it's a reason why there's a Whole Foods where it's like, yo, this is good, clean, organic food. We gonna be over here and we not gonna be at Publix. You feel me? Like, we are not Publix. We sell food. We just not Publix. So it's like, I want to specifically distinct myself from rap. Like, I am a Christian rapper, but I am a rapper, but I am a Christian. I'm like, yo, put them two together so you know I rap Christian bars, Jesus bars, but I also talk about my life and I talk about my testimony, you know?
I'm trying to take it higher than I ever been. They like, hello, how you mix the music with the medicine? Light on Thomas Edison. You don't know if you believe, look at my life, it's evidence. Look at my life, it's evidence.
That was Caleb Gordon. Make sure to check him out wherever you get your music. His latest album is Before the Garden 5. All right, stay tuned. Up next, it's 5 Second Rule Super Bowl edition. You're listening to Bad Bad Not Good. The song is Take What's Given. Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful, preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's Soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN. Okay, it is time for 5 Second Rule Super Bowl edition. So if you've listened over the last few months, we've played this game a couple times. I say a thing, name 3 whatevers, and you have 5 seconds to complete the list, or else you don't get the point. If you do it successfully, you get a point. We're going to do 8 rounds. It goes fast. So here we go. Super Bowl edition. Emily, you're up first. In 5 seconds, name 3 things to do in Kansas City. Go.
Eat, walk around, go to a mall.
There you go. That's about all you can do in Kansas City.
I actually don't know a single thing to do in Kansas City. What are they known for?
You do all those 3 things anywhere. It's great.
That's it.
Breathe, sleep, and live.
Put your feet up on a couch.
Yes, that is about all you can do in Kansas City. All right, Jesse, name 3 NFL player girlfriends or wives. Go.
Taylor Swift. Oh man,
Time's up. Time's up.
Yeah.
Time's up.
I I need. This is one stat I don't know.
Brittany Mahomes, Taylor Swift,
yeah.
Haley Steinfeld,
that's
Sierra, Simone Biles.
Yeah, Sierra.
Sierra, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sierra. I
Or
forgot.
Russell
about
Wilson. Yeah, there you go.
All right, Marty. Name 2 famous Super Bowl ads.
Yeah, absolutely. The first ad is going to be that Budweiser one that had the dog on it that stole all the food. And then the second one, I don't know. I have no idea.
5 seconds.
I just know
5 seconds.
there was the Batman, and then there was a trailer for Tomb Raider that really, or I'm sorry, for Mission Impossible that had no music behind it, and all it was Tom Cruise going, ah,
Marty,
himself.
have
That's
you
all I
only watched
remember.
one Super Bowl, and that was not a very good one, like
To
12
be
years ago?
completely frank with you, I didn't even watch the regular bowl, so I didn't even get to the Super one.
All right, Emily, you're up. Name one 49ers. Name one 49-year-old celebrity.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Ah,
Is he 49? Wow.
It just
Yeah, he's
started this
49.
week, right? Today?
yeah. Figured 49ers. That makes sense. All right, Jesse, name 3 previous Super Bowl halftime performers.
Good one.
Prince, U2, and 50 Cent.
Good
There
one.
you go.
That was a great one.
Marty, well, those are all good.
The 49ers are obviously named after the gold rush of 1849. Name 3 things that are gold.
Okay, coins, gold dust, the wrestler, and I'm gonna say the chain around my neck.
Okay, there you go.
Gold Dust the wrestler.
Yeah, what's his gold dust? Yeah, they painted him all gold.
Is he?
Jesse's
I
not
have
buying
no
it.
idea what this is a reference to.
I don't know
You're
about that
crazy.
one.
Hold on. Come on now, guys.
That's
a guy.
You're saying
That's a gold dust.
A
Okay.
professional wrestler?
Yeah, gold dust. You guys don't watch wrestling? Look, that's him all gold.
No.
Hold on, let me see if I can.
Why was that the second thing you thought of?
Because I don't know. I said a bar once, like I'm gold. I don't know.
All right, here we go.
That's a real person. though.
Emily, you're up. Wait, what's the score? Hold on. Kansas City,
I have
Emily
2.
got.
Jesse has 1. Marty has 1.
You're
I'm
keeping score for me? Okay, good. Thanks. All right, third round. Here we go. Emily, name Kansas City is obviously famous for barbecue. Name 3 styles of barbecue.
Kansas City style, Texas style, New York style.
No, there's no New York style
say
of barbecue.
New York style
Memphis,
pork.
Carolina. All right, Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New York style
No.
barbecue? That's awesome.
It's
I
called
think
pizza.
I saw a meme. I'm pretty sure I saw a
Yeah,
meme
it's
once of
pizza,
someone that was
dude.
like New York style barbecue, but it was like the saddest looking barbecue, and I think it's really funny. So they
That's
do
awesome.
have it. It's just no one actually gets
It's
it.
only in
So I
Williamsburg,
think I
and it's in
deserve
someone's
that point.
backyard. Yeah.
Do I get
All
that
right,
point?
Jesse. No, you do not. Jesse, name 3 NFL teams not playing in the Super Bowl.
Ooh, good one.
Oh, the Jaguars, the Buccaneers, the Packers, the Commanders,
You
the
got it,
Cowboys.
yeah.
Okay,
you
show
got it, yeah.
off,
All right.
Mr. Sports Guy.
All right, Marty.
I'm pretty sure,
you know,
yeah.
obviously the 49ers, they were digging for gold. Name 3 minerals.
Just in general?
Yes.
Just 3. That's such an odd question. Just 3. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Salt.
All right, that's it.
5
Salt.
seconds, we're up, bud.
You're done.
Yeah,
5 seconds is over.
I didn't know if you froze or that was the actual name 5. It
That
just
was-
felt like the question just stopped. Name 5
Nope,
minerals.
Nope. Yep.
Okay.
You're not
You
getting
know?
out of this one.
You didn't
I
get
didn't-
it. All
I was
right.
definitely shocked.
Okay, Emily, name 3. The halftime performer is Usher. Name 3 Usher songs.
Good one.
Yeah, my boo, loving this club.
Good one.
There you go.
There you go.
Jesse, the Super Bowl is being held in Las Vegas. Name 3 things to do in Las Vegas.
Craps, poker, and blackjack.
Gotta be honest, you guys are the best questions ever.
All 3 of
do.
which I think I've done with you, Cameron.
Yeah, that is actually true. All right, Marty, the Super Bowl
There were a
is
lot of ways
coming
that
up.
question could have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know,
well,
I know.
Cameron knows,
Yeah. Count
Cameron
I almost
Cameron
wanted to
knows
say
where
like
my-
we gotta keep it PG here.
Cameron knows exactly where my mind would go.
Count the cards. Rain Man Suite.
I honestly thought Jesse was going to say magic shows, what things we've actually done together in
Adele.
Las
Yeah.
Vegas.
And then Cameron remembered, he's a secret degenerate. And here we go.
All right, here we go. Marty, Super Bowl is coming up. Name 3 things you can put in a large bowl.
chips, popcorn, and I'm going to say dip.
There you go. Emily, here we go. What's the score?
Jess and I both have 3. Marty has 2.
Okay, here we go. Name 3 companies guaranteed to have a commercial air this year at the Super Bowl.
Great question.
Budweiser, Amazon, Hyundai.
There you go.
Honda, whatever.
Both of them.
Okay, Jesse, name 3 current NFL quarterbacks not playing in the Super Bowl.
Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, and Zach Wilson.
There you go. Marty, name 3 football positions.
Missionary. I don't know.
How do you?
What do I know?
Hold on. Is the extent of your sports knowledge an obscure professional wrestler named Goldust?
Why are all my questions Jesse's questions?
Okay, Marty, I'll be honest. I could have answered that one. Like that was an easy one.
You know when you play blackjack and like if someone says hit me and it ruins your whole card setup? You guys, I have all Derek Miner's questions. I have all the hard ones, and then there was the one I was supposed to get.
Name things to put in a large bowl last round.
You had minerals.
You had minerals.
Yeah, I got minerals. I don't know. I don't even know I don't know what's going on here.
Emily, here we go. Name 3 football movies.
Friday Night Lights, Rudy.
Come on, girl. Come on.
Time's up.
Remember the Titan, Varsity Blues.
The longest yard.
I was like, there's so many good ones and I can't think of them. I'm so sorry, Dad. He's going to hear this.
Jesse, name 2 of the NFL teams that have won 3 Super Bowls.
The Patriots, the Steelers. We'll throw in the Packers too.
I can't fact check that. Does anyone actually know if he's right?
He is right. Okay. Name 3 singers, Marty, who have performed the national anthem at the Super Bowl.
Yep, Jessica Simpson, Whitney Houston, and what's his dang name? 1,000 Kisses Aren't Enough. What's his name? I lost it.
Time's up.
Jonathan Lipnicki. Jonathan Lipnicki is a kid from Jerry Maguire. I don't know why.
We know. Yeah. You bring him up every other episode. We know.
Yeah. When are we going to get him on the show? Just kidding.
The human head weighs 8 pounds.
What's he going to be on?
Emily, here we go.
Actually, what is he doing these days? Maybe he could be on.
He's got time on his hands. Emily, here we go. Name 3 things San Francisco is known for.
Bridges, Fisherman's Wharf, the Princess Diaries 2 setting.
Crime.
Princess Diaries setting, sorry.
All right, Jesse, name a sport that's way better than professional football.
The NBA.
There, done. Basketball. Absolutely.
Just one.
Marty, name 3 female. Name 3. There's only one sport that's better, and that's basketball. Name 3 female pop singers.
All right, Janet Jackson, Jessica Simpson, Whitney Houston.
There you go. All right, last round. Here we go. Emily, what's the score?
I thought you were going to ask me, how do you make a football? All these questions, I get all the difficult ones. Why do you make a football? How do you do it by hand?
I have 5, Jesse has 6, Marty has 3.
All right. Okay, this last one is worth 2 points. 2 points each, so it's anybody's game except for Marty's. Emily, name 3 games kids play at recess.
Skip rope, hula.
Time's up.
I don't know. That one really threw me off.
Jesse, name 3 things people buy as souvenirs.
Keychains, postcards, and novelty candy.
Novelty candy. All right, Marty, last one. Here we go. Name 3 reasons people, like famously Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. Name 3 reasons people break up.
Lying, cheating, and Facebook messaging your ex-girlfriend because it was her birthday. And I just saw this video of this guy doing that, and then the wife celebrated the lady's birthday, and she's like, his daddy is such a terrible person, and he wants to wish his ex-girlfriend on Facebook happy birthday, let's get a cake for her. So it was just fresh on my mind.
I saw that.
TikTok.
I saw that too. Yeah. All right, that'll do it for 5-second Rule, Super Bowl edition. Congratulations, Jesse, on your win.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap things up, I want to thank Caleb Gordon for joining us. Make sure to check out his latest album, Before the Garden 5. All his stuff is wherever you get your music, but check him out on TikTok and Instagram as well. While you're checking things out, make sure to check out the brand new issue 114 of Relevant. We have Brooke Lidgerwood on the cover. We have features with Rainn Wilson, Need to Breathe, Derek Minor, and a lot more. You can read it for free at relevantmagazine.com. You can also get the beautifully designed, enhanced, ad-free edition right there at the website as well by subscribing to Relevant Plus. It's the best way to experience our content. I think you'll like it. All right. On that note, we'll wrap it. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Marty.
We will see you on Friday. Have a great week, everyone.
Later.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
Physique isn't everything.
Relevant Podcast Network.